All right, class. So we are through, we've watched the first video, we've watched Navigating Canvas course, and now we're ready to get into the textbook. I suggest waiting till Sunday before class starts or Monday, the first day of class, to do this. That would be, June 19th or June 20th. But when you're ready, you're actually going to click student registration for Achieve textbook. And when you click on that and click on load it in a new window, it's actually going to take you to a screen. If you have not created a Macmillan account for any of your other classes, you'll be prompted to do that. And then you'll be taken to our textbook where you'll have options of purchasing access. So you'll see a page, it'll have two buttons. One will say purchase access, something along those lines. One will say enter access code, and that would be if you purchase the access code online somewhere or through the bookstore. And then underneath that, you will see in smaller print like a hyperlink that will get you 2 free weeks access to the book. So if you're not quite ready to purchase it yet, or you're not able to purchase it yet, you'll be able to get into the textbook so you can get started with the work and not fall behind. And you'll have 2 weeks before you have to actually purchase access. And you'll get a little counter up in the corner somewhere over here, I believe, to let you know how much time you have left on your free trial. But once you get into the textbook, you are going to see a screen that looks like this, and whatever week we're in, all the assignments and readings that are due that week will show up here in the This Week section. And so that's all you have to worry about for that week. It will show you what's due the next week, and it'll show you future assignments and stuff like that. But as long as you do everything in the This Week section and you turn in your M-Log on Canvas, then you've done everything that you need to do for the week. This week is actually the first week, but we're obviously in the week before class starts, so nothing's showing up. This is a little out of order. It shows chapter 10, and then it does 1, 2, and 3. So, it's probably best to go ahead and come down and go through the chapter 1 stuff, chapter 2 stuff, chapter 3 stuff, and then bounce back up to 10. I wish I could change that, but the system doesn't let me. One of the things that's still being worked on with Achieve. It's not perfect, but it's pretty darn good. So, but this is what the week's going to look like. So each of these are readings that you're expected to do, and again, these aren't crazy. Lots of reading stuff. If I just click on one at random, you have it'll probably be like a page and a half, maybe just 1 page on a regular textbook. So each one is kind of like that. Some of them are a little bit longer than this, some of them are shorter than this, but very few of them are very long at all. So even though you're seeing a ton of stuff to do, it's not as much as it looks like. It's still a decent amount because, again, 16 weeks smashed into 6 weeks, but it's not as bad as it looks. So, you'll go through and do your different readings. Some of them, like that page that we just looked at, there's a small assignment that is attached to that. And basically it's just like a short answer thing. You just respond to this prompt. It's 150 words minimum. So once you get to the 150 words, I believe this turns green to let you know that you're good to go. Obviously finish your thought if you're in the middle of a sentence when this turns green, but you'll know that, okay, I don't have to keep going on that particular question. So that is what this all looks like. There is The way I've paced this is there are 3 papers, and there's basically one due every 2 weeks. So you'll see at the end of week 1 is it's draft 1, but it's actually your outline. So this gives you the prompt, and then this shows you the rubric that's used. Draft 1 is always your outline. It's actually the outline of the paper. So draft 1 is an outline, and again, there's that video on Canvas to show you how to do outlines. But there will be a blue button around here somewhere that will say Submit Draft 1. So you click on that, put your outline in there, and submit it. And then I'll look at your outlines, give you some feedback, and I believe you access that feedback through this screen if I remember correctly, but it shouldn't be too difficult to find either way. And then once that's done, you'll have a blue button that lights up here to be able to submit your final draft. And I do want to let you know that when you click that button, the text box that pops up is going to show your outline that you submitted in draft 1. So don't be weirded out by that or anything. You can just delete the outline out of it and put your draft in there. I do recommend writing your outline and your final draft on a word processor like Word or Google Docs or something, and then copy it and paste it into the text box rather than actually writing it in the text box. I think it does autosave, but you don't want to rely on that, and you definitely don't want to lose any work that you've done. So again, this paper situation is going to show up 3 times, but at the end of the assignments for each week, it'll say the type of paper, and it'll say either draft 1 or draft 2. So weeks 1 and 2 we're working on this one, weeks 3 and 4 working on another one, and then 5 and 6 we're working on yet a 3rd paper. The other thing I want to show you on here, by the way, if you're ever in a screen like that, watch, if I go back into that, if I click my course up here, it doesn't do anything. So if you want to get back to that home page, if you just click assignments again, it'll take you back to the home page. There's also this little pull down menu. You want to be in assignments all the time because that's the easiest way to navigate. But you can use these other ways of kind of seeing what the course entails. I recommend not using these, but if you ever do go into a different one, you can always click on this and click assignments again, and you're back to normal. So there's our 3 papers. This is by resource type. So the 3 papers, all the readings separated. This is the other thing I want to show you. One of the things I love about Achieve and why I keep using it even though it's not perfect is this, the diagnostics. So basically you're going to take a practice test for reading skills, punctuation style mechanics, reading strategies, and sentence grammar. And how you do on those practice tests will determine these study plans. You'll get a study plan that is catered specifically to you based on the things that you need more work on. So you'll work on the study plan weeks 2 through 4. So you have 3 weeks to complete those study plans. And then you'll have, after that, once those are completed, you'll have a couple weeks for the final test to complete that. So you'll take a practice test. That's going to generate a study plan specifically for you that you'll work on, and then you'll get to take a final test to kind of see how you've grown having gone through the study plan. But it's pretty cool. It helps out a lot in those 4 areas, reading skills, punctuation style mechanics, reading strategies, and sentence grammar. It definitely helps you grow in those areas, which is really important. I will also show you that if you ever want to check out just the ebook itself, you can click, let me move this over a little bit. You can click on ebook and it'll give you just the straight up ebook version of the textbook. You obviously aren't reading this whole thing. I've picked out specifically what I want you to read. The grade book will also show you what your grades are. I think yours looks different than this. One thing I will say too about this that just popped into my head, while you're doing the readings, when you click on the readings individually, you'll get a green check mark to show that you did the reading. However, let's go to 1.1. So let's say I know I'm supposed to read 1.1, so I read it. Say this is one of the longer ones and it's still not too bad. I read it, and then I know I'm supposed to read 1.2 as well, so I just click through here and read that. And then click through here and read that, because I know I'm supposed to read these. Well, that's totally fine, but I just want to let you know that it is not going to show up here. It's not going to give you the green check mark that you read it. It only gives you the green check mark if you click on the assignments individually to read them. So if you have like a little red X, but you know you read it, don't worry. I'm not going to go through here and, check to make sure you have green check marks all the way through, because I know that some of you are just going to click through because it's easier. So, but I do want to let you know for your peace of mind that if you have a red X here, but you know you read it, it's because you clicked through on the ebook side rather than clicking individually. Let me go back to this. Rather than individually clicking each reading, click this, read it, and then come back here, click this, read it, come back here, click this, read it. That would be the only way that you'd get the green check marks on everything. So I just want to let you know about that. Again, it's one of those things about Achieve that's not perfect, but I think there are more positives than negatives, so I continue to use it for now. I think that is probably all I need to say about Achieve. But of course, if you have any questions, shoot me an email, shoot me a message through Canvas, sign up for one of those Zoom sessions I talked about in the last video. I'm here to help. All right, I'll talk to you all soon. Bye-bye.